Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so. And I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously wherever you are in the world. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies, okay? Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to any passers-by. And I hope that you too are having a super duper and delicious time wherever you are in the world. So much love to you all, my delicious little babies. Now, if you enjoy my video today, if you could please click on the like. For others of you, please feel free to subscribe or even leave a comment, and please and thank you. So, well, if it's raining. So, I've not long been out, and now the sun has not got his hat on, so there's no hip 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 hooray. And it is now bucketing down with rain in our neck of the woods in the old UK. It may differ in other parts of the old UK. Okay, my delicious little babies, so what do we do? 3, 2, 1, will my juicy little lights work or will they not? We're just going to have to wait and see. No. Oh, there we go. Just keep you still, little lights, okay? Now then, so this is just going to be a short video today, okay? So I was just adjusting my tripod, okay? So sorry about that. Yes, well, first of all, I just want to tell you, I bumped into the young lads, the ones that I said on another one of my videos the other day. And yes, well, as it turns out, the old Bill found nothing on these young lads. Do you see what I'm saying? Which is completely what I thought, there we go, it would be. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But actually, I thought it was 3 vans, when in actual fact, there was 5, plus 2 plain clothes, the BMs. Do you see what I mean? Yes? So it took all of those for 3 young lads who clearly was not doing anything wrong. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little baby? So I just thought I'd tell you that. Well, I actually just seen them when I was just coming out of the lakes, and I said, have you looked up at the lamppost? And your young lad there, the one of them, who always says hello to me and everything, yes, he went like this. He said, I did not even know that was there. I said, yes. I said, this is why I'm asking you to, to pay attention to these things, my little lovely, when you're walking around. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And of course, I was talking about the 5G towers and everything else. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because they're very flipping colossal. We've got a number of those in our neck of the woods in the old UK. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Now then, I also want to tell you, I've seen, that doesn't mean no, by the way, my delicious little babies, I just got an itch. I've seen an elderly gentleman, it was just a couple of days ago, and he had, I don't know whether you'll remember my delicious little babies, but this goes back 21 years ago, and one of the old Jags, the old Jaguars. And I tell you what, really well made. And I was talking to your man there, your elderly gentleman, and I said, you've kept your car, I said, in beautiful condition. He said, yes. He says, you'd never see me. He said, not even buy a new Jag. He said, because the way that they're made, he said, they're a load of rubbish. There we go, that's what he said. He said to me, but it just took my, my mind back. Do you know what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? Which I just feel at the end of the day, when we go back in time, there were better times. There we are, there were better times. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Where you could still have the older cars, you could have the older buildings. Do you see what I'm saying? Because they just seem to flipping knock everything down everywhere. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? So yes, it was lovely to see that. And then, of course, I was still walking. So lovely elderly gentleman, not in that way, not in that way. But, oh yes, and I said to him about, you know, your silly flipping little Lego electric flipping cars. He said, he said, what a load of flipping crap, he said. Do you see what I mean? He said, I'd never buy one of those. And I said, yes, I said, and plus the fact that they're all blowing up. And he said, well, you know what? He said to me, so he's up on it. Do you see what I mean? God bless him. God bless his dear little soul. And, you know, he says, they cannot sell them. Do you see what I mean? So, which is what we've been, you know, saying. Do you see what I'm saying? Chmartlish little babies, yes? Because for those who do know, who use their brains, their noddles, thank you, a beautiful, dear, delicious little spirit, yes? Spirit's been very much wanting to participate, there we go, okay, in some of my videos of late, yes? But, you know, the fact is, for anyone who's using their old noddle, you see what I mean, and does their research, they find that these flipping cars are crap. Do you see what I'm saying, you little babies, yes? All it is, they just, the putrid, they just, and their little lackeys, the putrid little lackeys, all that they want to do is just flipping la, 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 constantly. Do you see what I'm saying to you, yes? So, but as I said when I've just done my previous little video, I only done a little short video, you know, while I was just in the lakes, that I do not feel that this is going well for those. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Because there are way too many, like I've said it before and I'll say it again, like years ago you could get away with all of these kind of things, yes? Because there just did not seem to be as much power. Do you see what I'm saying? But now that you've got others, there we go, and others coming together, do you see what I mean? Which, of course, you know, as we very well know, as well as the internet not being useful in some ways, it's been very useful in other ways. Do you see what I'm saying to my delicious little babies? You know, where others can communicate from all over the world. Do you see what I'm saying? All over the world. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what makes it stronger. There we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But purely for the fact that they're wanting to shut so many up. What is this telling us? What is it telling me? And what is it telling you, my delicious little babies? That their little plans are not going as well as what, there we go, as well as what they should be. Do you see what I'm saying, to my delicious little babies? I've got nothing across my shoulders. So no matter what's being put out, you know, to, there we go, to fearmonger, to do all these things, it's not going as well. And not only that, you know, when they're trying to speed things up at a super duper rate. And something else that I want to talk about. Now, I don't know whether you noticed, I mean, you know, we had our putrid flipping queen in the old UK, yes? I mean, what was it? She was 99, you know, when she was supposedly supposed to have passed over, right? Well, have you noticed that they keep, you know, their little lackeys who work for them, you know, which of course is the fake flipping, putrid flipping monarchy as well, you know, in the UK, and, you know, other monarchies around the world, they're all putrid as well. There we are. Do you see what I mean? Because at the end of the day, let's just face it, right? They flipping glorify themselves, yes, but they're really flipping effing sponges. There we are. That's what they are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But have you noticed that they keep them working for years and years and years? Do you see what I'm saying? For decades and decades and decades. Do you see? I mean, you're going to see a pattern here. Like, look at the putrid flipping, because he'll never be a king, just like I never saw her as a flipping queen. And if anybody disagrees with me, well, that's my opinion and it's my view. And I'm going to stand by my view, okay? They did nothing for our country, nothing at all. So when you hear others, when they say, oh, but the royal family brought in, you know, all this kaching, oh, yes. So who was it brought in for? Because it wasn't for the God bless them, the homeless. It wasn't for the God bless them, the dear families who couldn't make ends meet. No, it wasn't for them. It wasn't for us. It was for them. And the putrid in America as well. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying to you? That's who was lining each other's pockets here. So let's get this straight now. Very nicely. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, so we got this poxy flipping coronation coming up, you know, with the flipping putrid flipping fake Charlie boy. You know, with his pinky dinky flipping fingers. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Well, at the end of the day, you're still going to get, and of course, you know, they're starting to sell all of these, you know, like souvenirs, there we go, like cups and I suppose, I don't know, flipping plates and different things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? You know, to support the poxy flipping fake flipping king. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, that's what I think about it. And if I do not get a view, then I do not get a view. Do you see what I mean? But I'm just speaking my mind. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But like I say, you will not be seeing me watching that crocker shat. No, you will not. Because all of this is based on one big effing flipping lie. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? But even if you look at him, so those have got him working till you know, a very old age. Do you see? There we are. And then you look at the putrid flipping Biden in America, and look how old he is. And I do not care what anyone tells me. Your man there has not got, you know, everybody says, and I'm going to repeat it once again, I do not believe at all that that man has got dementia. No. Because all you got to do, it's common sense. And that's not being nasty, my beautiful, delicious little babies out there for some of you. Not all of you, okay? You just got to see how he reacts, there we go, to things. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, and like I've said before, and I'm going to say it again, if you actually knew somebody, which God bless our beautiful dear little souls, that for most of us we would have known somebody in our lifetime, or some bodies, yes, God love them, that anyone could see if somebody has, there we go, dementia. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but then they're talking about for him to run again. But can you see the age and how old these are? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So if you look at it, they too get run into the ground, don't they? Do you see what, there we go. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but this tells a story that the ones, the rulers, shall we say, okay, that they must work until they're about a flipping 102. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? That's obviously how they behave, do you see what I mean? And of course, the more corrupt you are, the longer they want to keep you in these type of positions. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And of course, you know, as we all very well know, we've seen an awful lot, there we go, of corruption, haven't we? My delicious little babies out there. And that's all over the world. Do you see what I'm saying to you? That's what I'm saying. So, all I can say is, I mean, I know that you've got some Americans where, there we go, they are very awake, yes, but you've got other ones, sorry, yes, where they're simply not, but, you know, but there's got to be a point where they just all say, no more. There we are. Do you see what I'm saying? No more of this shite. And of course, you know, as we very well know, they were planning to do another war. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. But, sorry, excuse me. But they do not give a damn that that's somebody's son or daughter. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. That all, you know, God love them. But all that will happen there is that, you know, as we know with any war, you know, they either end up, you're right, little maze, they either end up, sorry, it's my little maze, they either end up very injured or PTSD or very sadly no longer with us. Do you see what I'm saying? Just to line all of these pockets. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies? Yes? But of course, then you got in Ukraine, where they're dragging the poor young lads off the streets. and also very violently. There we are. Do you see what I mean? These young lads or older men do not want to go and fight in a war. But of course they're forcing them. Do you see what I'm saying? All of this is putrid and it's wrong what is taking place. Do you see what I'm saying, you mad little babies? But you see, none of these have got any skin on the bird races. Do you see what I mean with what they're doing and what they're doing to others? You see, so there's going to come a point, and I keep saying, it's almost like everything at the moment, it's like, do you see what I'm saying? But then it's going to start to rise, there we are, and rise and rise. Do you see what I mean? Because you're going to get so many all over the world, they're just going to get so flipping damn well, there we go, peed off. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then, of course, you know, you've got Andrew Bridgen in our neck of the woods in the old UK. Well, for him, well, you know, I mean, he just wanted to speak the truth, didn't he? And, of course, he has admitted that he knew about, you know, he knew about other things and he wanted to speak up. Do you see what I mean? But I will have, you know, which I will, there we go, I will have respect for your man there. Because he's one of the few, because the rest are just putrid little flipping lackeys and flipping cowards in our flipping putrid government, okay? Where they wouldn't dare speak up about what's been going on. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because either they want to keep their jobs, the old ka-ching, pound, shilling, pence, dollars and change, because obviously for the majority of them, they would be totally unemployable anywhere else. Because nobody wants a liar, your bum's on fire. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So I just feel that the more that Andrew Bridgen is speaking out, well, he's another one who's, there we go, who's on the radar. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, anybody who speaks out, I mean, this is putrid. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, I said it before, I said it so many times. You know, the putrid governments all over the world, they're not special. They're certainly not important, okay? And they're supposed to serve us, not put experimental, poisonous liquid out into the world. And yes, we know what has been happening. Yes. Do you see? And all the other things that they've done over the decades, you know, all the taxes and everything. Do you know what I mean? And these and the putrid little lackeys, you know, wanting to keep everybody down, you know, so even if somebody's, say, on minimum wage, do you know what I mean? And then they've got all these bills they've got to pay and everything like this, yes? But all it is, they just want to see everybody with F all. But as far as I'm concerned, and I do not care what anyone says, you know, this type of business, the whole lot of them are nothing but a load of flipping a-holes. And I'm done saying it. Do you know what I mean? To do everything what they've done to, well, what they've called us, humanity. Do you see? Oh, and what's the other thing that they're doing as well, mad little babies? Oh, they want to bring the old flipping muzzles back now, I've heard. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? I told you, I knew how this was going, you know, there we go. I knew how this was going. Do you see what I mean? I mean, of course, we do know, which I knew a long time anyway. I'm pretty sure I said it on another one of my videos a few months ago. I wrote it down somewhere in my book. That, you know, that they've ordered, what is it, 250 million more of the poisonous flipping liquid. And that's in our UK. My delicious little babies, sorry. Do you say? I mean, this is very serious. I mean, Andrew Bridgen, I mean, God bless him, you know, he's managed to at least stop the poisonous liquid going into little babies and little toddlers and little bairns up to the age of 5. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so he's managed to, do you know what I mean? Because he spoke out because he did not agree with it. And I heard him as well on another video where he said he's got a you know, like a little 4-year-old himself. You know, we cannot go around doing this, vaccinating healthy little bairns and little babies. What is this? Oh, and something else that's happening as well, my delicious little babies. I just thought I'd let you know. Sorry, excuse me. You used to have, okay, now this is only according to what I found out, my delicious little babies, yes? But you know, like where you get the, well, for the dear ladies out there and dear women out there, so I'm not here to hurt or offend, you know, because some dear ladies, some dear women, you know, they've experienced difficulty in conceiving, or there could have been very sadly something else taking place, yes? So please do forgive me, I'm not here to hurt, offend or upset, yes? But like, whereas before, you used to have like one health visitor come out, well, it turns out, my delicious little babies, and I know this for a fact, because I spoke to somebody, okay, and they happened to tell me that it seems that they're coming out, these, you know, these health visitors, yes, they're coming out in 2s. So whereas before it used to be 1, well now it's 2. I wonder why that is. There we go, my delicious little babies, yes. I mean, one of the reasons, I'm only saying, just a thought, is that maybe if something happens with 1, then you got the understanding. Do you see what I'm saying? As being one of the reasons. Okay, could you just please bear with me, my delicious little babies? I'm just going to put you on pause because of my little mazy mood. I shall be back in a moment, my delicious little babies. Sorry about this, please and thank you. I'm sorry about that, my delicious little babies. I just had to let me little Maisie out, okay? She just wanted to have a bite to eat. Anyway, so I'm sorry about that. Anyway, yes, getting back to this, yes, so because when I was told about this, I said, well, oh, an Iceland van's just gone past, hasn't it? I mentioned about an Iceland. Do you remember? Quite a while back now. One of my other videos, I'll tell you about that in a moment, my delicious little babies, okay? Well, I said, well, why did it take 2 of the health visitors to come out? Well, anyway, these health visitors came out, and while I'm on this subject now, right, and told dear mummy and daddy of their beautiful little newborn baby, who's only she's got to be a couple of weeks old now, and said that, oh, there's something wrong with her breathing. So it took 2 house visitors to tell this beautiful dear mommy and daddy, beautiful dear little couple, yes? So I took her all the way to the hospital, their beautiful little baby girl. And the hospital, the doctor said, well, why have they told you to come to the hospital? They said there's nothing wrong with her. Can you see, my delicious little babies, what I'm getting at here? Okay? So, God bless the beautiful dear little soul. Say thank you, my beautiful dear little spirit, yes? Well, it cost them £30 in a taxi, there and back. Because these silly, and I will call them silly, these silly flipping health visitors, right, had said something that was not even correct. My delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? There was absolutely nothing wrong with their beautiful little baby girl. And there's 2. So what do they go doing this studying for? When they do not even know what they're talking about. Can you see what's going on here, my delicious little babies, yes? So you see, this is why I say, you see, mums and dads, right, they know with their own little babies. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, they know better than, do you see what I mean? This is what I believe anyway. They know better than any health visitor. There we are, that's what I believe. So really, I cannot tell anybody what to do. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, and neither would I want to be the way that, from the majority of them, the way that they've behaved. And like I said, there's very few doctors or nurses that I would even get along with, but there's only very few who I do. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but for most, not at all. Do you see? But the way I see things, this is where I feel that instead of listening, all of the time to these health visitors and whatever else, yes, the parent should take back that control, okay, and trust in themselves, trust in their own intuitions here. Do you see what I'm saying, you marvelous little babies? That's all that I'm saying. There we are. Instead of relying on this crock of shite. Because I even said, I said, you know what you should do? I said, you should damn well flipping report them. That's what I said. My delicious little babies, yes. And finally, anyway, their beautiful little baby daughter and the beautiful dear little selves, they're all fine, okay? They're absolutely beautiful, lovely couple and lovely little baby, yes? Now then finally I've just heard, but I mentioned Iceland, like I said, on one of my videos a number of months ago now. Well, anyway, I've just heard that apparently they're going to be closing more stores in our UK. Can you see what's happening here, my delicious little babies? Now, for, anybody who lives in the UK will know Iceland. Do you see what I'm saying to you? They will, okay? But can you see how things are being shut down? Yes? And this is what they're doing. Now, there may be some families, God bless the beautiful dear little souls, where they really rely on that store. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, and then on the other hand, you've got Asda, this is Asda in our UK. It's all right, it's absolutely flipping pelting it's down, it's peeing it down out there, big times, yes? Anyway, well, and then you've got Asda who are wanting to hire. It's flipping everywhere. Come and join Asda. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Oh, and then the other thing is, which other one is it now? Is it Emirates? The old planes that they're wanting to hire. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But of course, we also know with the old planes that they did not want any pilots. And I've said this before, and I'm going to repeat it again, that they did not want any pilots who'd had the old jab, 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 jibby jab, right, to be flying them around the world. Do you see what I'm saying, you my delicious little babies? So, if there is nothing wrong here, then why did they only want somebody who is not jab, 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 jibby jabbed? Do you see what I'm saying, you my delicious little babies? One has to ask themselves a question with their old noddle. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. Do you see, my delicious little babies? Yes. So, at the end of the day, that's another thing that's gone wrong, isn't it? Because clearly, when they were rolling it out, there wasn't clearly with their old noddle thinking correctly, was there? Do you see what I mean? Because it would then affect them. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. Just like, they call us useless eaters. Do you see what I mean? That really, you know, we should not be here, my delicious little babies that you are. Do you see? Do you see what I'm saying? But if they did not have us, well, I'm pretty sure that it would certainly not be doing them any favours at all. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, you know, this is what you've got here, my delicious little babies. That's all I'm, you know, saying. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But like, you know, they call themselves, I said this months ago on a video as well, they call themselves a garden, a lovely little garden, and they call all of us out here a jungle. When in actual fact, the roles should be reversed. Do you see what I'm saying? We, us, globally, are the beautiful little garden, and they are a jungle. Okay, because they're wild and they're out of control. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And I honestly feel with others as well, they need to, honestly, please, dear God, they need to, you know, be following things, because what they're wanting to do is to put the mRNA, okay, into the food. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little baby? So even like myself, and I'm going to repeat this again, who is not jab, 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 jibby jabs, and like I say, God bless anybody who is, God love them. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And very sadly, and for the dear, beautiful little souls who have passed over, God bless them all. Do you see what I mean? And their dear little families and everything, God love them all. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But for those of us like myself, who I made a conscious decision that I did not, under any circumstance, want anything jabbed into my arm. Do you see what I mean? So they cannot do it one way. They're going around the houses to do it another. But the thing is, even though they've been going around the houses, the fact of the matter is they're coming out with it. I mean, it's in our birth races. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like they want every single, you know, man, woman, child, little baby, even animals and everything, all of us vaccinated. Yes? Do you see? My delicious little babies. I mean, this is very flipping damn well serious. So anyway, I just wish sometimes, you know, because you have got those delicious little babies, and God bless you all, where you're very up on this, there we go, but you've got so many delicious little babies out there. It's either they're not wanting to, God bless them, but they're just not wanting to accept this. And it's even worse, God love them all, okay? That they've been conned, there we go, that they've been conned into this. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? Yes? I just think it's flipping awful what's flipping happened. Do you see? But it's like they're just not done with us yet. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? And this is where, like I said, it's going to get to a point, it's just going to rise and rise and rise. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, because they're going to push everyone, there we go, too far. You know, you can see it coming, you know. You can. I mean, I cannot give an exact time, but unless something changes or I get something in my noddle. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, but it's coming. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, it is. It's coming. My delicious little babies, yes. And they're soon going to know. You know, especially when more and more have, you know, finally accepted, God bless them, what has been done to them. This is flipping damn well serious. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? Anyway, so that's the end of my video. So yes, you know, I just feel that, you know, there should be more and more and more that, and the worst thing that anyone can do, right, is fall for this shite again with another variant, another strain of this, another strain of that. It's all a crock of shit. and they must not fall for it. But you have still got those wearing the old muzzles, masks. Flipping ridiculous. Honestly, I don't know. Sometimes you just look and you think, dear God, Jesus Christ in Nazareth, our dear Creator. Do you see? They're so terrified, but they fail to realise that the putrid governments are not bloody damn well helping them. They're just flipping scaring them, even flipping more. It's flipping ridiculous. Do you see what I mean? But I don't know. I just feel with those, I really do not feel that they're going to be able to change their thought pattern. Not at all. We're going nowhere. We're on a road to nowhere, as far as some of these delicious, very sadly, little babies are concerned. But for the rest of us, well, do you see what I mean? You know, we can do something about this, I keep saying, but in the end, this is going to get, see, I'm all cold here when I'm saying it, all here. Because, you know, it's going to get, and the rate it's going, and with what they're doing, it's going to get very flipping nasty indeed. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And then they're going to know, and this is globally, what it feels like to have the populations in the different countries, yes, flipping against them. Do you see what I'm saying? And there's going to be a lot more in the populations than it is of those putrid. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. I mean, let's just take a look at what's gone on in France. God bless the dear French. Do you understand what I'm saying? There we go. Because they just want the flipping poxy governments out, Macron and everything. Do you see what I mean? Nobody wants shite. They were there to serve us. All of the governments all over the world, they're there to serve us. Not to dictate to us, not to tell us what to do, not to boss us around and to bully us, right? Or to force experimentals on us. No. And to flipping thieve teeth from us. No. They seem to be not understanding, it seems, where the place really is. Okay? Because let me tell you, and I do not like to be this way, but the fact of the matter is, you know, well, anyway, I will say they're lower than us. There we go, they're lower than us. But what's happened is, over the decades, they've turned it round, you see, to make it look, and we know who's pulling the strings here, but to make it look like the putrid governments and all of these here now, yes, are more important than us. When at the end of the day, it's the other way, flipping the way round. Do you see? I mean, they just go around destroy. I mean, it's like every country's suffering. It's every country that's suffering. And I mean, this is with everything. Ka-ching, businesses, food prices, gas and electric, water, tourism. There we go. Everything is suffering. Because they want to do this flipping great reset, which is not great at all. My delicious little babies. No, it is flipping damn well not. It's flipping quite the opposite. What it is, they're trying to, what I call it, I've just got strangled, it's like they want to strangle us, do you see what I mean, with that control. Do you see? Well, I'll tell you the truth straight. My delicious little babies, really, I was going to say it then. It's peeing me off. I was just about to say, do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes, it's peeing me right off. And it's peeing others off. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to live this life like this. Because at the end of the day, we've got to face what's going on here. It's control, it's tyranny. This is what's going on. Okay? And for the ones who have committed the crimes, well, nothing's getting done to them for what they've inflicted on the world. And nothing's getting done. And then you got other poor dear little souls, and even like our dear Julian Assange, God love him, and may please God that he'll be released soon, please God. But he's behind bars because he spoke the truth. He's actually a journalist, God bless him, who flipping told the truth. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious babies? Yes? So they just, what it is, and then they try and shut everybody up to censor everybody, so nobody can say this, nobody can say that. And this is on YouTube, this is on all different platforms. My delicious little babies, yes, that this is going on. Do you see? So anybody who speaks out of line, well, we cannot have that. So they have to shut them up. So either they get deplatformed or they have videos removed. I mean, I've had, I'm pretty sure, yes, I've had about 4 videos removed. And that's one more thing before I go. So I was listening to another video yesterday. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. That's just reminded me. I was listening to another video yesterday. Now, I've had, was it 2 videos taken down, and I was talking about Canada. And both of those videos got removed. You see? And it wasn't me who removed them, my delicious little babies. They were removed. Okay, because, you know, it's not in the YouTube policy or something, whatever it is, right? Or guidelines, whatever it is, right? But then I heard others, you know, again, you see, I said it before and I'm saying it again, you see, certain can talk about, there we go, talk about these things. But then if somebody like me, or you could get some other YouTubers, God bless them, and they say something, oh, well, that's not allowed. But I was done saying it. And even last year. Do you say? When, you know, at the end of the day, these ones now are only just talking about it. And I said it last year, I think it was in the summer of last year, before that? And now my flipping videos, flipping damn well removed. I'm pretty sure it was in the summer. Do you see? So, you know, when you see what's going on with the poor Canadians, God bless them, and that flipping poxy flipping Trudeau. I tell you something now, he's flipping vile. I cannot stand him. Do you know what I mean? He's another one who should be flipping wiped off the face of the earth for what he's doing. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? I mean, this is very serious. And of course, what they're doing, because it's like over there, yes, what it is, sorry, excuse me, and then they're wanting to bring this shite over to the UK. My delicious little babies, this is very flipping serious indeed. And for those of you out there, please, all I'm doing is just trying to help a situation. I know I get very passionate about things, but I'm not apologising for it. No, I am not saying sorry at all. But you need to go on places like BitChute, okay, or Locals, or Odyssey, or Rumble, or Telegram. You know, you need to please go on to these other sites. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? Because you're not going to find it on YouTube, not a chance. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And then you hear the flipping truth. Do you see? Very flipping serious indeed. My delicious little babies out there. Now, for some of you delicious little babies, like I said, you will know about this, but for most of the delicious little babies, they will not know. Anyway, that's the end of our video. So thank you very much for even taking the time to listen to me, my delicious little babies, and how I love you all so. So many kisses again, and God bless you all. Wishing you a beautiful morning, evening or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Please have a super duper delicious and beautiful time, okay? And please, you know, please just do your best. I mean, I know it's really difficult, you know, for some, God love them, but just please try to enjoy each day. There we are. Just please, something's just made me say, just please try to enjoy each day, sorry, okay, my delicious little babies, yes, because, you know, I mean, we cannot allow these to win, but we have to be, and knowledge is power. And this is, you know, what I'm getting across on my videos. Do you sort of, there we go, that's what I'm doing. And other dear YouTubers, God bless them, are also doing the same. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Just so that for other delicious little babies, God bless them, that they're wakey. Do you see what I mean? To see what's going on. Do you see what I'm saying, my delicious little babies? Because what's going on, this is totally illegal. The whole lot of it is illegal. They twisted the law. They twisted everything. They twisted the wording. They twisted everything. And this has been going on for a very, very, very flipping long time, my delicious little babies, yes? Okay? So anyway, please give a pat on the back, a shake of the old hand, to some family members, some friends or some work colleagues, and please tell them that they're super duper wonderful, super duper juicy and super duper delish, and that you love them so. And please continue to lift the vibration and lift the frequency, my little honey bunnies that you are, okay? Now until my next video, take care, thank you, God bless, bye-bye.